Buongiorno tutti, hi everyone, and today we are here to learn how to learn and remember new vocabulary in Italian. But before we start, just a quick update about the situation in Italy, because we are starting the phase 2 in Italy, which means that we are slowly coming out from the quarantine. As you can see also from my face, my curly hair, etc. This is the result of the quarantine that has been going on since the 10th of March. And here in my city, we are slowly going back to our normal lives. But it's still very far, which means that it's gonna take a long time. We are seeing slow changes, and there is a lot of confusion as well. But this is just for those that asked me about the situation and wanted an update. And I also apologize for my curly hairs, and this is because also the barber shops and everything is closed still till June probably. But anyway, now let's start to see today's topic, which is how can you remember and learn new words in Italian the easiest and most effective way possible. Number one is learning context. The mistake that I see many people make when they learn languages is they try to learn words out of context, which means basically that you are trying to memorize words that for you don't mean a lot. You just have the word and the meaning, and that's a huge mistake because our brains are better at learning things through context, which means the more examples you have when you learn a word, the more imagery and examples and full sentences or videos you have to attach to that word, the easier your brain will memorize it. For example, why everybody remembers the word pizza? Because you've eaten pizza, you went to a pizza restaurant, you've seen it all your life, and your brain just knows what pizza is. But let's take a harder example. Let's say tiramisu. Many people even in the US know what a tiramisu is because they've eaten it in the past, or they've seen a picture, or they want to eat a tiramisu in the future and they know what it is. And this is because our brain easily memorizes things also where you have an image or a full sentence or a context. So how can you apply this when you're learning Italian? Through the materials I give, and there's also a gift always in the description that you can download, we try to make you learn words through context, so that you, either through a dialogue, through a full sentence, through a story, through a text where you also are learning something new, you subconsciously learn this word without intentionally memorizing it. Basically, you learn it through context. And this is very important, okay? So remember that when you try to learn new words in Italian. Number two is very important as well, which is repetition, which means you are gonna have to listen to the materials in Italian many times, because that way your brain will remember the sound, remember the meaning, and learn then to reproduce the word, okay? The way I started to improve my English after 10 years that I was failing at school, because I was just doing what they were telling me to do, which was study grammar, memorize words, memorize dialogues, and fill in grammar exercises, and learn phrasal verbs and all these kind of things. It was leading me nowhere, because when I turned on something on TV or I watched a movie, I couldn't understand anything, and even the way I spoke was really bad. Like my accent was very strong, and I'm not saying right now is perfect, but you should have seen how it was after 10 years of school. They really messed up my English by making me do that without listening to the language directly at the beginning, right? And I don't want that to happen to you. So you have to understand that you're gonna need a lot of repetition daily to listen to Italian materials, and that's gonna help your brain to absorb the language directly without the stress of having to speak right away, etc. Number three is be patient, which means don't try to learn too many new words at the same time. Like, as I said, don't try to take 10 words and repeating them in your head, saying fiore, flower, fiore, flower. That's not gonna help you. That's just an exercise that will stress your brain a lot without giving him the right materials, right, to learn Italian really. So be patient and also do things the right way. So let your brain learn through the context of the language that you are hearing, okay? Don't try to put a list of 100 words and just memorize them. Another tip is to use a notebook. So number 4 is use a notebook. You can use it digitally, you can use it on paper, but the idea here is while you're learning Italian and you find a word that you are like finding many times along your journey, and you are listening to a movie, listening to my videos, listening to my courses if you are inside the private program Complete Italian Mastery, for the students watching from Complete Italian Mastery. If you are basically going through the program through phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, doesn't matter. The key is when you find a nice word that you want to remember, you can put it on a separate file on your computer or a notebook, physical notebook. You write the word, the meaning, and the sentence you found it in. And anytime you find a new sentence, you can add it under this word, right? And you can do this for words that you like, for words that you think you may use in the future, and to speed up the process of absorbing really words in Italian. Number 5, very important, is listen while reading. And that's basically the key focus of our learning program also. As I was saying before, for the students that are going through it, basically the focus at the beginning is going to be that you listen while you follow also reading, because that gives your brain the visual word, so you know, you connect how it is pronounced to how it is written, and that helps a lot your brain to memorize and remember new words, okay? Now that you understand better how to learn new words, you can go and watch the past videos where we try to help you learn new words through a sentence and a word, etc. That's key at the beginning, at the beginner phases, because you need some basic materials, basic words to then start going through the more interesting contents and audios, okay? So, if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe for free. There's a gift in the description waiting for you to apply the natural method. You can leave a comment if you enjoy this type of videos where I also give you some tips about how to learn Italian. So I wish you the best during these strange times in history, and use really this time to improve your Italian and listen more to this beautiful language, because when this is gonna be back to normal, Italy will be there for you, and I can't wait to see you speaking and understanding Italian while you travel to Italy.